Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to treat the elements of design. But before we continue with this video, please do well to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like, comment and share this video. If you have any question after this tutorial, do well to ask your question in the comment section. So let's dive into what we have today. So today we are going to treat elements of design. Okay, what is element in graphics? Let us know what element means in graphics. When we come to graphics, we see elements as another thing. When you go to chemistry, you can still see elements. But when it comes to graphics, elements becomes another meaning. So in graphics, element can be explained as the simplest and essential part upon which the principles and idea of a design are constituted. So elements is just, in a simple term, it's just the building block of any design. So when we talked about, in my video in introduction to graphic design, I made mention that in graphic designing, the graphic design is just using a visual element to design something. So when you come to graphic designing, elements is just the building block. As atom is the building block of matter, it's the same way as element is the building block when you come to graphics. So without elements, the aim of the scale will not be better to life. There is no need of you learning graphic designing without knowing the elements of design. So what are these elements of design that we are talking about? So there are many elements of design in the world, but we are only going to treat those ones that are normally used, those ones that are mostly used in graphic designing. So without them, there's nothing like graphics. Like I said before, without elements, there's nothing like graphics design. So the first one is line. Line is one of the most essential and important elements in design. You cannot do without a line in graphic design. So what is line? Line is a mark connecting two transition points. That's just the meaning. A mark that connects two transition points. And line are further divided into straight line. These are now types of nine. So line, you can still have curved line, you still have dashed line and many other types of line. So what are the uses of line? Why do we use line in graphic design? What's the essence of using it? What's the importance of using line in graphic design? So one of it is that for organizing information, for better understanding. We use line for organizing information. So for us to organize a particular information so that it will suit better for us in our design, we have to use line. It's essential. So we use line to organize what? To organize information for better understanding. Another uses of line is for highlighting important information. We use line to highlight important information. When you are writing in your notebook and you write the topic, maybe in a subject, and you write the topic, you will normally underline it. The reason is because it's an important information and we want to highlight it by what? Underlining it. What you are underlining, you are using what? Line. So line is very essential even in graphic designing, as it helps in highlighting important information. Another uses of line is that it helps in connecting two or more elements. We use line to connect two or important elements. Then another one is that we use line for outline. To outline something, we use line to outline something. Maybe a text or a shape, we use line to outline them so that we can know this part. Maybe this part is important, we use it and outline it. That is highlighting important information, as like I said before. Then the next one is creating grid, charts and graph. We use line in creating grid, charts and graph. That's what we use. We use line in all these things. Another one is for creating pattern and rhyme. So for you to create the pattern that will suit your graphic design, you can use line. It's one of the essential importance in elements, in all the elements, is one of them very, very, very essential. You cannot do without line. So it's very, very important, and you can use it to create what? Pattern and rhyme. So another usage of this line is that we use it in directing readers' eye. When somebody is reading your content or your flyer, for example, is the line that will direct him. He cannot just open his eye and see everything you have there. No, he has to read from this part to the other part, from this part to the other part. So it helps in directing the eyes of readers. The last one uses of this line is used for creating a sense of motion. It helps that is related to directing the reader's eye. It helps to create sense of motion. So all these are the importance of line in graphic design. So as you can see now, that line is very, very essential when it comes to graphic design. You cannot do without it. So learn this now and practice with it. Very soon we are going to start doing practical in this graphic design. You will be seeing all these things I'm talking about. So the next one is now shape. What is shape? Shape is just combination of different kinds of line. So when you combine lines, you will now form a shape. Maybe you combine 3 lines, that means you are going to form a shape called what? Triangle. When you combine 4, you can get a rectangle, you can get a square. So shape is just combination of lines, you get a shape. But one line cannot be a shape. It only becomes a shape when you combine 2 or 3 or more. So shape, there are forms of shape. We have geometric shape and abstract shape. So what is geometric shape? Examples of geometric shape are this circle, triangle, square, rectangle. All those ones are geometric shape. Then we have abstract shape. What are examples of abstract shape? We have stylish figures and we have icons. All these icons we are seeing all over the world, they are all shape, and they form into the category of what? Abstract shape. Now, what are the uses of this shape? Why is this shape important in graphic design? So this shape is important in graphic design because number one is that it symbolizes an idea. So shape helps us to give a design symbol. It symbolizes what? An idea. So whenever you see, for instance, an icon, you will understand that this is Facebook icon or YouTube icon. You will understand that this is YouTube. So whenever you see it, you will understand that this is what? YouTube, because of what? That's icon. Because shape does what? Symbolize an idea. Another usage of this shape is that it highlights information. It's the same thing as line, because we mentioned that shape is a combination of lines. So when it comes to shape, we also use shape to do what? Highlight information. Then the next one is for grouping. We use shape to group things part by part. Maybe this part is for this part is for that. You group it. You use shape and group them. Then another uses of this shape is that it makes text or photo more interesting through masking. So you can use shape to mask an important area, maybe a text or a photo. So we use this shape to mask important things. The next element of graphics design is texture. Texture is the next one. So what is texture? Texture is the look or feel of a surface. So that's just the meaning of texture. The feel, the look or the feel of a surface, how you feel about the surface and how it looks. That's just texture. Then another thing is that it gives overall feel to something and provoke emotion. It also adds richness and depth. So texture helps to give your design richness and provoke what? Emotion. Yes, that's the essence of texture in graphic design. So the next example, or the next element in graphic designing, is now space. So what is space? Space is just the distance around or between things. That's just space. The distance around or between what things. It separates, highlights, provide rest for eye. So space help us to separate and highlight, and it also help us to provide rest for eye, especially white space. Yes, white space is commonly used, which is used to add what emphasis and focus. So this white space help us to emphasize and add focus in our design. White space is a margin. That is where we can find this space. This white space is in margins, and we can also find it in paragraph spacing. We can also find it in line spacing. So these are where we can find what white space. Now the next element we are going to treat is color. We are only going to treat the introductory parts of color. Then by the next video, I'm going to teach color in details, everything you have to know about color. So let's just do introduction to color. Just stick to this YouTube channel, subscribe to it. We drop video every day. Make sure you subscribe, like and comment to this video, share it to other people so that they can learn graphics. So the next element that we are going to treat, which is color. Color is one of the most obvious elements of design. It's very obvious, everybody knows it. Both the user and the designer, the person you are designing for and you that design it, we all know what color. So it's very what obvious. It's a very essential element when it comes to graphics design. Color creates a mood within the piece and tell a story about the brand. So when you see a brand, maybe let's say YouTube, and you see red with those their designs, you already know that this is a YouTube. So it tells a story about a brand. It can also tell a story. It's not the same color you can use for a birthday flyer that you can use for other things, because color can tell what a story. With color you can tell a story. For instance, red, when you see red, sometimes it symbolizes love. That's why sometimes we wear red on Valentine's Day, because it is love day. So color is very essential in graphic design. So let us see the uses of this color in graphic designing. So this color is also essential because it is used in highlighting. We use color in what? Highlighting. Another thing is that it attracts the eye. What attracts your eye most times is what? Color. Because if I just bring a plain background, you cannot, it's not really attracting because there's nothing there. But when you add other elements with different colors and arrange them in a better way, you will now see that it will attract eyes. Most times people look at what is very attractive. You cannot just go and be looking at what is ugly. That's just it. So the next thing, which is the uses of this color, is that it helps to create a mood. We use color in creating what? Mood. Then the next one is for what? Bonding other elements together. We can bond different elements together. Let's say that you are trying to organize, let's say a design for a shop. You can just organize all the materials or all the things that the person is selling with the same color. That is, you are organizing it. You are bonding other elements together. Then another thing is for organizing or grouping. We can use color for organizing and for grouping our design. The next thing is for provoking users' emotion. Sometimes when you use color, that it gives emotion to people. The types of color, for instance, pink. Whenever you see pink, you know that it's a beautiful something. So it gives emotion. You will know that this thing is, even if the person you are designing it for, maybe the picture you put there is not really beautiful, but that pink will now show that this is beautiful. It will just give them that emotion. Okay, then the next element that we are going to treat is harmony. So what is harmony? Harmony, according to Alex White, the author of Elements of Graphic Design, he said that harmony is the main goal of graphic design, according to Alex White. That's the author of Elements of Graphic Design. So when it comes to Elements of Graphic Design, he is the author, and he said that harmony is just the main goal of graphics. So without harmony, there is nothing like graphics, according to him. Without harmony, there is nothing like what? Graphics. So graphics is all about what? Harmony. That's it. That's the main goal in graphics. Without achieving this harmony, then they don't do anything like a design or graphic design. So know it that it is the most what important. Harmony is simply what you get all the when put all the elements together. So when you put all the elements together, that structure or that look that you get is what is called what? Harmony. So you have to be careful. And great design is just enough and never too much. It is enough, but it can never be what? Too much, because another person that is greater than you can come and give a better look of that particular design. Make sure all the details are called with one word and another before you consider the project complete. This is an important thing about harmony. You have to make sure that everything accord with what? One another. They will look very good before you can now say that I am done with this design. Now the last element we are going to treat in this tutorial is the typography. Typography is just the style you give your elements, or the style you are giving it. Maybe for instance in text we have stylic, we have other italics, other things. So typography is just style you give to your words, to your design. That's just typography. So in this video we have seen that there are many elements of design and we have treated all of them. So just put all this in practice and you see that your graphic design will be at a greater height. Thanks for staying to the end of this video, and I would like to see you by the next video, which we are going to treat important thing, which is a color. So stay tuned to this channel, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like, comment and share this video to others so that they can learn graphic design. Graphic design is a very important skill in this country now. You need to have this skill. It's very, very essential. It will help you very, very much. And we did this when we were talking about introduction to graphics. You saw the importance of graphic design. It's very, very essential. So please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure to share this video, like, comment. If you have any question, please do it to drop it in the comment section. Thank you and see you in the next video.